we are back with another video or episode of inheritance. So, I know I always say that I don't know what happened in the previous episode, but what can I do? I have short-term memory. Let's see what happens in this one. Right, get me Ariel in the general counsel's office, and if Charles isn't in the office in 10 minutes, he'll be doing a reenactment of that with me. Oh, right, one of their board members got caught in a scandal. Right. You send Trey away with the promise to meet later before bunkering down in the conference room with Ariel and Charles. Charles Lee Ray. Just kidding. We need to talk about your recent indiscretion, Charles. I don't care what you do in your personal life, but when you bring this business into it, that's when it becomes a problem. This is just a case of a woman scorned, I swear. Is it? I told Rachel I was going back to my wife. What? And she said she was pregnant and that I couldn't leave. Well, why were you cheating on your wife to begin with? When I did anyway, she pulled a story out of thin air. I'm the victim here. Yes, poor you. You stalk around the conference table until you're squarely in front of Charles. But here's the thing, Choice. You can't lie to me like you did your wife, or my family business is on the line. First one feels a bit too much. Because, that doesn't make any sense for me to say. It sounds like I'm trying to be the side chick here. I know, it sounds like that. And my family business is on the line. Well, it's not only your family business. So many people are tied to this business. So I think the appropriate one is none. But let's go for the first one. You may be able to tell her the sky is purple and have her believe it, but I know bullshit when I smell it, and you reek, mister. I'm telling you the truth, are you though? You stare him down, your well-honed BS detector blaring. Let's hope so, because if she's not lying and it turns out you really were using our technology against company protocol, Ariel's going to sue you for everything you're worth. And your wife's going to take whatever's left. His eyes widen as he swallows hard. Okay, so maybe it might be a little true. So you are lying. Got it. Damn it. You throw up your arms, exasperated, and pace. When you say you used our technology, what exactly did you use? I used a few loopholes to converse with my affair partners, okay? Affair partners. This man's a player. Okay. Do I really need to get into specifics? Yes, because you've dragged all of us into it now. Unfortunately, yes. We need to ascertain the extent of the breach. This could have severe implications. Okay, I may have listened to their husbands' phones to know when they were coming home. Okay. And there were a few times I remotely erased messages that I thought better of. After the fact, pictures of stuff. So really, any of your affair partners could have blown the whistle on you? How could you be so stupid? We can get ahead of this. NDAs, payoffs. The sooner we start, the sooner this all goes away. Make it happen. Why are we cleaning up his mess? He's supposed to be the one fixing it. Why are we fixing it for him? Ariel stands up to grab her briefcase. It'll have to wait until after I get back from court. I'm due in court to quash a request for a deeper look into the situation. There's a grand jury being convened to decide whether we broke anti-spying laws thanks to him. Jeez. Who knows? Why am I glitching? Why is my What the fuck? Who knows how long that'll take? Angrily, you punch the intercom button. George, get in here, please. Seconds later, as he walks through the door, you nail him with a look. Collect a list of names from Mr. Livet. When that's done, visit everyone on the list and get them to sign an NDA. Of course, just one question. What if they say no? You do what you have to get that yes. Become their best friend. Become their best friend. Whatever they need, be it a shoulder to cry on or a set of keys to scratch up his car. Hey! They need to know that you're their boy. Understood. Miss Lawson, I promise I won't let you down. Still, you can see the panic in his eyes, and with a deep sigh, you glance at your watch. I'm not going to leave something so important to a rookie. Reschedule my afternoon and meet me in the car. It's time for a crash course in Business 101. You mean schmoozing up to people. That's your Business 101. Later, you pull up to the address Charles gave you to find an apartment swarmed by press. Of course it is. Looks like we found his mistress's house. So how do we get Rachel out of there? We don't. The last thing we need is for anyone to even know we're here. You motion for the driver to circle the block, and as he pulls off, you turn to face George. Rule number 1, press are to people in a scandal what cages are to animals. Up ahead, you see a figure sneaking out of a fenced-in backyard. What? The more tightly they're confined, the more likely they are trying to escape. Is that her? Only one way to find out. And what is that? As you pull up alongside the woman, you throw open the door of the car. Rachel Stokes? How many times do I have to tell you people? No comment. We're not with the press. The woman stops dead and looks from you to George and back. I don't know about him, but Charles has that same beady look in his eye. He must be from Vitality. The hell is that supposed to mean? Every Vitality member has beady eyes. What I am is your lifeline. Get in, we need to talk. Rachel chances a look back before shuffling inside, and as the door slams closed, you pull off into traffic. Where are you kidnapping her? You nudge George, and he hands the paperwork across the car to the woman. We need you to sign those. It's a standard NDA with a generous one-time settlement. The woman glances at the papers before tossing them back. Why would I do that when I'm sitting on a gold mine? You saw how the press clambered after me. Everyone wants to hear my story. Casually, George turns to look at you, and you sigh before sliding forward in your seat. Look, Rachel, I'm not someone you want to mess with or doing you a favor. Don't threaten. Go with a second. How long do you think you can ration that payday? It won't be forever, and when it ends, you'll have a baby depending on you to make ends meet. I suggest you take the money. Next to you, George's eyes widen and he leans in with a whisper. I thought we were supposed to play dirty and come down hard to get the yes. I said do whatever you had to. If the situation calls for it, then sure, take it there. But it doesn't hurt to play nice first. Across from you, Rachel hesitates, clearly considering your words. Then, I know my baby needs me, but if this is my only chance to milk this thing for all it's worth, I feel like I have to hold out, so... Tears fill her eyes as she pushes the paperwork back. I can't. George turns to look at you, pointedly. Now what, Ronnie? I've been playing hardball with mistresses since I was a kid. When they say they want more, what they really want is to feel like they won. The easiest way is with more money, but the best way is to charm them. A little whining and dining puts them back on top, but it's an art form. Any chance I can see it at work? You glance across the car at Rachel, who stares at you expectantly. Introduce Rachel to the good life to convince her to sign the NDA and score some much needed respect from your father. Okay. You'll also get a chance to show off for George. Enchant Rachel. Charm school starts now. Alright, I'll pick the choice, but we're gonna find out how we charm our schmoozer in the next episode. So I'm gonna end the video here, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye bye.